From Kyle Zink, he says, this is our neighbor's backyard in LA right now. Power lines sparking against trees. Neighbor and I have been trying to call 911 and fire department for 45 minutes with no answer, as instructed by power company. Yes, a lot is going on, but the city is failing us. Check this video out.
I mean,
for those who are just listening, it's a fireworks show.
What is causing that?
The power lines are just sparking like crazy on a tree.
So you think a base station blew up and now all these power lines are just discharging?
I have no idea.
That's what Serge is saying.
There was a lot of there was a story like this several years ago, like 10 years ago maybe, where there was a fire and it was something like a power line sparked and landed on the ground.
Another problem with people being on a grid, man, an electric grid, relying on a central battery that can explode and then discharge across all your lines and set fires and sparks. And
well, what do you do? I mean, I do think we need to. I read this really funny op-ed a while ago about how the oldest functioning infrastructure machine in the United States is the power grid. It was a machine that was built in like the early 1800s, early 1900s, and we've never replaced it.
Yep.
It's just one big, massive machine where there's several areas of weak parts.
Yep.
Obviously, when we build new stuff, it's up to code, but it's all connected to this very old system.
We'll use the Elon's boring company to drill holes to pass graphene wiring underground. We got it. We need to just weather the storm and get there.
Tesla's wireless energy transmission.
Ooh.
Which I don't know if is actually real.
He would send it through the ground.
Yeah.
And cause earthquake. I don't know if there's the same tech. He
He
caused an earthquake in lower New York, in lower Manhattan. And the cops came and checked it out. It's a great story. Yeah, his earthquake machine that he was building. He was all about sending electricity through the ground because there wasn't enough contact in the air.
I think what we're seeing with this stuff, with the power lines, with California, is sooner or later it was going to happen. You've got way too many people in an area where no one takes responsibility.
So short-term gain, short-term loss. So you think the politicians are thinking like, if we did hire people to clear out the brush, it's going to cost us 30% GDP, whatever the hell.
What happens is Newsom says, guys, we got a problem with this brush floor that Tinder is building up. Can we clear it out? And they go, we could. It'll cost $30 million. And he goes, fine. It's better than $1 billion in damage. And then someone's at the door. Open it up. There it is. Greenpeace, Sierra Club, Environment America. And they're like, you ain't touching nothing. Because no matter what you do, we're going to lobby against you. And so the arguments that I've heard is that environmental organizations put pressure on the government to oppose the actions they want to take for whatever reason, just like the Delta Smelt. They say, there's a fish that lives here and you cannot take its water away.
When it comes to the smelt, this is I wouldn't have said this 20 years ago, but like sometimes you got to let some animals go extinct to preserve the human species. It's a sad utilitarian.
Is the smelt going to go extinct though? I mean, it might kill them.
Well, the specific Delta Smelt. No, because they can create sanctuaries before they switch the flow off. They just won't do it. Look, Alex Jones came on the show a few years ago and was talking about that book. Was it Ishmael?
Yeah.
And that's why we have the shirt on the Timcast store of the gorilla saying, I am a gorilla, because the point was in this book, the gorilla is basically a psychic gorilla. I never read that.
Yeah, it's a great book. I read it. Daniel Quinn is the writer.
He's telling people that they're destroying the planet. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's telling this guy about how humanity is kind of destroying itself. There's the leavers and the takers, and there's too many takers on Earth right now.
I don't think it's wrong to say there's too many takers. I think most people would agree. There are a lot of people who extract. They think they deserve everything and they're required to do nothing. And it's fascinating that it is in fact largely communists, and they're the ones saying to each according to their needs, from each according to their means. And I'm like, you ain't doing nothing. You're taking more than you need and you're giving back nothing.
Remember that time the Soviet Union destroyed an entire sea?
No.
Yeah, the Soviet Union emptied out a whole sea.
They did?
What's it called?
Remember when they murdered millions of people because they didn't care for the Ukrainians and took all their food?
I heard the Holodomor. Yeah, Holodomor.
That was
man-made famine.
Yeah, that was.
They were basically like ethnic Ukrainians don't need food, Russians do, so they took all their food.
Yep. Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And they called the people that had a little bit of ability to farm, that had like a cow and a farm. They said that they had stolen that from the people. Like these people knew how to actually farm, and so they took their cow, they took their farms, and they said, "You people should die first because you stole from the people." So that when they killed the farmers, there was the famine that killed Millions of people.
So someone said they said, no, Tim, the smelt are a migrating fish. They live in rivers, not bays. They need moving water to survive. You know, I'm just going to say it. Who was it? What was that line from Fight Club about pandas being too stupid to bang each other for their own species? You remember?
No, I don't remember.
Like for every panda that was too stupid to have sex to save its own species. It's like, dude, some animals aren't supposed to exist. And this is the crazy thing. The liberal mentality, they want you to believe that, and I love this. The group that views the world predominantly through the lens of evolution doesn't accept evolution. They're going to tell, you have Christians who believe in creationism. I personally don't. I believe in evolution. And then you have liberals who are like, evolution. And you're like, okay, well, the smelt are going to go extinct because they're dumb and they live in an area where they can't survive. And they're like, nah, we will use man-made artificial power to keep them alive and then let everyone in Southern California burn. It kind of sounds like you hate humans.
There's a heat map that I've seen shared on.
I saw that
on X, and
yep.
People that are conservative, the heat map, basically it's a preference of people that are close to you or an abstraction of people. People that are conservative, the heat map is all the people that are close to them. The heat map shows that they prefer people that are close to them, their families, their community, their loved ones, and the left or progressive people, the heat map says that all the people they prefer are people that are an abstraction, people that are far away from them, other cultures, and the people that are close they hate.
It's like they want to accept everyone but protect nobody.
Well,
right,
right. Let me see if I can find it. I'll go.
The moment they bring you into the fold, they're like, "Yeah, we don't care about you."
Yeah, and then the moment you do something wrong, you're excommunicated. Like,
I mean, it is funny.
Once you go woke, they just there's
like once you're an apostate from wokeness.
Yeah, there's no family in wokeness.
Yeah,
no.
You mess up once and you're done.
There's no going back to sleep.
They don't believe in planting trees whose shade they know they will not sit beneath. And you know why? It's because they don't have kids.
It's more than just that. That's a big
Largely
part of it, yeah.
People, when that dude, Mangione, shot the CEO, first thing I said was, he's single, he's got no kids.
Of course.
Come on, like a dude who's got kids is substantially less likely to go and do something insane like that. Because he's going to be like, as angry as I am, I have children, and they need me to feed them.
Also, I think they're embedded in TV. I think like entertainment, they're embedded in entertainment. Like they got their television, their sports, they got their TV shows, their
If you're watching
internet.
the show, tweet, and you know that heat map that I'm talking about, tweet it at me so I can share it here. I can't find it.
Because it's easy to disassociate from your neighbors if you got your community online, or if you've got your TV show guy telling you what to do, and your 50 cents a day you're sending to Africa to give some kid a cup of coffee or whatever those old shows were. I don't know for sure. Lack of kids is probably the number one reason. Also, not owning property. For me, I think
here we go.
Once you own your land, there's a big reason to take care of it.
Owning anything.
Yeah, any kind of ownership.
Even car ownership.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Oh, dude, you see the video of that leftist woman who gets her phone stolen? And then she's arguing with the homeless people, being like, come on, I'm not rich. I'm a good person. Can you give me my phone back? And they're like, screw you. And she's like, but steal from rich people. Oh, yeah, Now you're getting it, right?
Yeah, fire doesn't care what it burns.
That's right.
You light a fire... It spreads in every direction, man. And we're on Earth, so it's only 2 dimensions.
I can't believe the leopards ate my face, says man who voted for leopards eating your face party.
I.
Oh, you found the heat map?
Yeah, I did.
You sent it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to put it in the Slack?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will pull up the why liberals hate everybody map. Is that what it is?
Well, it shows the difference between liberals and progressives in the IRL.
Okay, liberals and progressives.
Well, I'm sorry, conservatives and progressives. So the center, the one on the left is conservatives, the one on the right is liberals. And it shows that the conservatives care for their family and the people in their lives and their community, and
liberals devote much of their concern to plants, trees, and inert identities such as rocks.
There's this great.
Well, I wish that were true, because they'd protect ancient relics and things like that.
You'd think. There's a meme that you see frequently. It's like, oh, the communists are siding with the bugs again. Anytime you put up a Starship Troopers meme, people are like, well, blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, look, the communists are siding with the bugs again because they're creepy and weird like that.
Maybe what we need to do is we need to have an Ozymandias, Dr. Manhattan style hoax where the Smelt we stage a false flag where the Smelt attack the Delta.
Yeah.
And then we have no choice but to divert the water to stop the evil threat of Smelt.
Like a Smelt eats a guy, like the Smelts attack a dude, and it's like...
Smelt carry COVID. Let's just tell everybody that. Oh yeah, the smelt.
Smelts carry disease.
Oh yeah.
It's like kind of like shaking someone awake to the harsh reality that some things have to die. And it's like a horrible thing to say, but like some creatures, like on Mars, when we start terraforming and colonizing Mars, if there's a hostile life form, a bacteria, some protozoa, some microorganism, we will wipe that out. We're not thinking twice.
Oh, right.
Self-preservation is number one. And it sucks that we've colonized a desert. Maybe that was a human mistake, but we're about to colonize Mars, which is another form of desert.
I love it's like when I see a stink bug in here, they're harmless. They're smelly, so I don't like them. But, we'll scoop them up and we'll bring them outside. If I see anything that looks remotely like a venomous insect, it dies.
Even ants, man, I crush them.
Yeah,
if they don't stink, I'd like to take them outside, but it's such a lot of effort.
It depends on if there's like a ton of ants.
to walk
you've got,
outside.
If there's like a bunch of ants, then you got to stop
You gotta
them.
get rid of them.
Yeah, the pheromone trails and all that stuff.
If it's one, it might be a scout.
I'll scoop it up and I'll just throw it in the garbage or something.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't know. Ants are a different story. They're kind of just,
I like them, but
eh.
I
No,
don't
but
treat them like stink bugs.
we got crickets all in here. We just bring them outside. We throw them outside. And we could also collect them and give them to chickens.
Yeah.
That's just, food chain, right?
should build
But
the
if it
cricket
in
chute.
any way is a threatening bug, it dies.
Yeah.
Let's just say that the smelt have stingers and they will sting you.
Poisonous venom gills.
Just tell them the Smelts hate Trump.
No, they vote Trump.
They vote Trump.
The smelt are Trump voters.
Yeah. So
Got to
They'll be
divert
gone.
the delta.
They'll be
have to be
gone.
killed.
It's this diverting water away from San Francisco Bay. If that's going to destroy the bay and annihilate the farms of San Francisco, that's a problem. That's insurmountable.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.